This video is not intended for children. Viewer discretion is advised.
If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.
Thank you.
Greetings, one and all, and welcome to Mornings of Mischief. I'm your host, Stone Logie, and with me today, of course, is the Rooster in the Hen House, Dave Bob. Good morning, brother.
Good morning, Valhalla. How are y'all doing?
Well, waking up to the news that Meatloaf's gone. He's no longer with us.
Yep. Michael Lee a day.
I could not believe that.
Yep. 74 years old. That's not a whole hell of a lot older than I am.
And they're saying the coof got him.
Yeah, well, nowadays, if anybody dies, if it's with or without or whatever, it's going to be from the coof.
Oh, good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone out there. Larry says 74 is still too young to go. Good morning, Larry. Larry Snorted Poop Scuba, my favorite polar bear in YouTube is here. Mark the Infinitely Tired and Chris Persia, the Bash Brother Wrenches are here. The Lady Arwen Avalon, Rise and Shine with Purple Valkyrie. Did you know those two make up pink and purple in the afternoon? I didn't know if you knew that or not. That was supposed to be a joke. Anyway, Rabbit Slug Ouchies, good morning. What's a Rabbit Slug Ouchie? Daryl the Derelict, good morning. Good morning to Classic Comics. Good morning to the Doctor of Disaster and Destruction, a Dag Outlaw. Archer Colin, good morning. Good morning, everybody. I hope you guys are having a great one. Gun Buddy! Good morning, Gun Buddy. And where
had a gun.
And where Gun Buddy is. Psychodorf 9 is not soon to follow. Nearsighted Cyclops, good morning. Is it? Maybe I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm saying this morning yet. Pat S, good morning. Is it not soon to follow? Not soon. I don't know. Something like that. Anyway,
He'll show up eventually.
He'll show up eventually. Brian Dawes, good morning. Good morning. Keely Chow, Roll Tide. Keely, Roll Tide. War Eagle. Yeah, I can't make the same sound Mexican. Sorry. Zacharot. Good morning, Zacharot. Good morning, everybody out there. Decepticons, Cave of Toys and Villains. Hello. That's an old school icon you got this morning. Hell yeah. Gap Stargate, good morning. Good morning, everybody. I hope you guys have had a great week. And we're going to cap it off with the weekend review and talk about some stuff. Right off the bat, let's talk about what Steve Perry said about the book of Boba Fett.
Oh, man, did he roast that thing? Good Lord, that is one of the funniest reads I've had in a while.
So I'm gonna share this from Bounding into Comics. I'm gonna get this up Give me 1 second. Yada, yada. Share this. All right. Shadow of the Empire novelist Steve Perry eviscerates the book of Boba Fett. The stupid is strong here. Let's see some things. The third episode of Boba Fett. Blabba. Is not to set a high bar. Better than the first two up to a point. At least there are bubbles rising in the back to tank. Of course, the idea of why would we show when you can, tell is still majorly evident. A reminiscent of the opening explosion, not so well written, well made play, wherein the French maid and the butler come out on stage to explain to each other in laborious detail all the background information the audience needs to know before the action starts. Well, as you recall, beefy young Master Archibald suffered greatly from his experiences when his coach was set up by a highwayman, and the wound incurred during his defense of Lady Prudence has since plagued him in unexpected ways, mocked Perry. He then goes on to talk about Black Chrysanthemum. Pirate sounding name if I ever saw one is seriously badass, give him that. However, that's where the praise stopped, and he again took issue with the show's writing. Then again, he doesn't really need to be all that good because we have Boba Fett security to offset that, don't we? Isn't that the speeder bike gang?
Yeah, and the 2 Gamoran guards.
Did they leave the front door open, the alarms off, and are all his guards dosed to the eyeballs on Ambien and smoking weed? I'll tell you what, you ain't waking up when you dosed on Ambien and smoking weed. 9-foot-tall Wookiee who makes Chewie look like a shrimp and with no known history of being invisible, just waltzes right into the fortress, lumbers down onto the hall, into the clinic, pulls Fett from his back to tank and beats the shit out of him, and nobody notices. Somebody needs to call Acme Rent-A-Guard. Whatever Fett is paying his team is way too much.
Yeah, is it too much to ask to lock a window?
Perry criticizes the director by imagining a conversation between the director and somebody with half a brain. He begins, I can hear the writer, probably the director. Director, what would be cool? The big gladiator Wook grabs Fett out of the tank and kicks his ass. Somebody with half a brain. How does he get through the locked door and past the alarms and guards and shit? Director, don't worry about that. It will be so fast and furious and cool, nobody will care. Somebody with half a brain who wants to keep his job. Right, sure. I can see that. The stupid is strong here.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
He also wrote on Facebook, another thing, what is this dieting all about in the book of Boba Fett? Skinny Gamorreans? Cheeseburgers needed ASAP.
Very much so. Yep. I tell you, they used to be about a foot shorter and about a foot wider or 2 foot wider. I don't know what happened in there.
Well, they used to be meaner too, and the door doesn't even open. Right. The giant door, it goes up, not down.
Yep.
How many times did you watch Return of the Jedi? The door goes up, not down. It always went up. It raised up into the ceiling.
Yep. All you have to do is just watch the movie one time, and you'll know that's how the 2 droids got in. The door raised up. It did not go down.
And Bubba and Fennec had to have detailed analysis, all this shit to get in there to get Slave 1 out, which they don't call Slave 1, it's the fire spray. To get the ship, and they still got caught, and all this shit happened. But Black Cranston, he just walks right in there and does whatever. No one stops him. Yeah. No one tries to stop him.
Yeah, they had to cut a bunch of steel bars and come in under the kitchen and all kinds of stuff and get into a scrap with 3 droids. And
No, Rabid Slug Ouchies. They changed the name of the ship. It's now the Fire Spray, which is the class of ship. Hey, Dave Bob, haven't you always wanted to take a ride on that YT 1300 vessel?
Yes, yes. The one that he stole, or his father stole, and used to be some kind of a picket ship with just really a lot of guns on it and stuff, and he even rigged more guns on them. Yes, that's what I want to ride in. It's called a Fire Spray.
Yeah, where's the eyeball door? The eyeball doorman. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
How rude. Not there. Gone. The door's not even the same door. The whole front of the palace was remodeled so that the door would go down because it offended the Gamorrean guards. The door offended the Gamorrean guards. So now the door goes down, not up.
And so it'll trip up the Rancor if he tries to get out, I guess.
Fire spray because it sprays fire. That's stupid. It's not even that. It was a fire spray picket ship. It was a patrol ship.
Yeah.
That was heavily modified by the pets. Didn't they use the eyeball doorman in the Mando episode? I'm pretty sure they did.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, the child. Yep.
Well, I don't recall offhand which way the door opened, or if it did. I think it was a different door.
Yeah, it was a different door.
Yeah.
It wasn't the door of Jabba's palace.
Yeah.
Oh, Daryl the Derelict knows what happened. He says, my guess is that the two Gamorreans had Fennec in a three-way while the Vespa squad were listening to Smashing Pumpkins and thinking about death and smoking death sticks.
Oh, I tell you what. Fennec would probably take your head off if he heard you say that.
This last episode there was a really cool scene in it. I think there's going to be some really cool things that happen, but I don't think the series as a whole is getting lifted out of the trash bin. So I think there's going to be some cool stuff that happens.
Oh yeah, it definitely this last episode picked up the pace for sure. That one scene with him going after that biker gang coming in through there, just blowing their shit up. That was just that was great. Yeah,
like a shark. Came down like a shark.
Yep.
Going after somebody. You see that group of speeder bikes riding through the desert, and then here comes Slave One.
Yeah, it's so funny. You just see that little dot in the background, and you said it. First thing I said was, "Oh shit!"
Yeah. Oh yeah. Goodbye, speeder bike gang. Goodbye, speeder bike gang. And good morning, Punk Waddle. How are you doing, brother? Let's.
You did notice what their conversation, Fennec and him, when he said that the Nikto speeder bike gang took out the Tuscans, and she said, "I don't think so. That's not,
That's right. Doesn't make sense.
Nope. Not somebody who lives in that desert all the time, knows every little nook and cranny of it. They're not going to get ambushed by speeder bikes."
So did you hear more about Lord of the Rings changes are on the way?
Oh yeah. They can't leave well enough alone. They're going to keep coming out with these little surprises. By the time it actually comes out, nobody's going to give a F about it. They just are not going to care anymore.
That's right. Tristan Gravel will play Pharazôn. For those of you who do not know, Pharazôn is the last king of Numenor. And he is big in the end of the Silmarillion. This is the guy that's going to capture Sauron. And after Sauron surrenders, this is the guy who's going to capture Sauron. This is before the final battle in Mordor of the Second Age. And over time, he is going to become corrupted. This is the guy who's going to betray Numenor and basically hand it to Sauron. This guy starts worshiping Melkor. and eventually publicly worships Melkor. His corruption eventually leads to the end of Numenor. Now, here's the big thing about this. If this is who they say it is, if this is a fact, and this isn't just a rumor, he's going to, they're changing things up, and he's going to be Muriel's chief advisor and defer to Muriel's seniority, but for the most part, he acted like he was in charge, but not king. Now, in the book, he takes Muriel for his wife.
Yeah, against her will.
Against her will. This is also his first cousin. And this is how he becomes Ar-Pharazôn, which is like the king. So he changes his name, he changes her name, forces her to marry, takes basically the kingdom, and then hands it over to the Dark Lord. That's not the way this is going to happen in this show.
I guess they thought it was just a little too racy.
They did brother and sister bang bangs in Game of Thrones. I
know. I was just making it funny.
Mexican Iron Man, thank you, brother, with a $10 super chat, says, when compared to Peacemaker and Cobra Kai, this Boba Fett series sucks like an egg-ray worm on a cactus in the middle of August.
Agave.
New Rings needs Mexican worker construction trolls to embrace diversity and inclusion.
Okay.
And thank you so much for your $10 super chat, Mexican Iron Man. You guys keep the fires burning bright here in Valhalla. And we're going to give you an oldie but a goodie. Hold your ears, guys, because this one's going to be loud. Skol!
No!
Little Godzilla on Mecha Godzilla action.
Oldie but a goodie.
They got a Mexican troll. It'll be her who forces him into marriage.
Yeah.
Changes his name, etc. etc. Oh, but yeah, we got to remember Orc Lives Matter too. Orc Lives Matters Day, Bob. And Larry, yes, Godzilla Breath Duel. How cool is that? It's the coolest thing ever. How in the world did the terrible self-insert fan fiction writers become actual writers on these shows? I tell you exactly why. Because that's what Hollywood wants. That is what Hollywood wants. I was watching that Never Give Up, Never Surrender movie. And then we're talking about how Galaxy Quest was basically fan fiction come to life. And that's what people want today. And I was like, no.
That was comic genius parody, just like Spaceballs.
And it encapsulated what being a fan is all about.
Yep.
And that's something they've lost today. Hollywood doesn't see that. Hollywood doesn't recognize that. We know better than you, and we know what you want more than you know what you want. Don't get me started this morning. I'll go for an hour just on that. The platitude of we know what you want more than you do.
Or actually,
trust us.
Actually, they just want to tell what they want you to hear. They don't give a crap what you think about it. They just want to spew their nonsense.
Well, see, that's the thing. They know that you really need to hear this. They know better than you do what you need to hear, what you need to eat, what you need to wear, how you need to act, what you need to say, how you need to say it. It is a campaign of we know better than you do.
Yep.
Galaxy Quest was more Star Trek than Discovery and Picard combined.
There's no comparison. I mean, those two are so bad. It's just I don't even want to go there. That just gets me too depressed every time I think about those two shows.
And Project Storytime says Galaxy Quest was satire genius. It made fun of sci-fi, but it was in love with sci-fi. Yes, I completely agree.
Yep. Oh, that's not right.
Consume and move on to the next thing, plebs. Hollywood yes, absolutely. That is the movie industry. Consume what we are giving you and move on. Hurry up, get your fill and move on. It's a line at lunch in a shitty buffet.
Yeah.
It's a shitty buffet. Get your fill and move on.
And did you see what they did with that promising new series over at the CW? Superman.
Which one?
Superman.
Oh, I couldn't even get through the first episode. I couldn't even get through all of the first episode. I had to like cut it up into chunks because I kept walking out of the room. I was like, no, I just don't care. I just don't care.
I mean, how can you go from what was last year to what they're doing right now? I mean, how does a show devolve that fast?
They get their hooks in it and that's it. It's done. See, they pulled a lot of shit out of that series and did rewrites because it was way too woke. That first season was too much. And now they've tilted it back to the other direction again. And this is what you get. You get Lois Lane being an absolute insufferable cunt to Clark.
Yep.
Who wants to watch that? Clark, get back in your room. Yes, Lois. Fuck you. I'm upset because I didn't have sex with this other guy and have this baby girl. Really, Lois? That's what you're upset about? That kid isn't yours, that you didn't have the Big Bang with John Henry Irons. That's what you're upset about. That's why you're treating Clark like shit. That's why you have to cuck him in the corner, because you're upset you didn't have this baby with this other dude. Yes, they did, Soul Assassin, and she was pissed.
Yep. I don't know. Like I said, I just can't believe that they're gonna do this. I mean, they're being shopped around because they've never made a profit, and that show right there was probably one of the only ones that would have probably kind of rose to the top, but now they're just dragging it down under with all the other garbage they spewing out there. I mean, one step forward, two steps back with the CW.
So to put this in words, one of the scenes in the very first episode, Superman gets a distress call. He's taking his kid to the house. His kid, and this is Jonathan, the non-powered one. Good old Jonathan's got his girlfriend with him, and he hears a distress call from a North Korean submarine, and he goes and he saves it. And right after he saves it, he gets a thing from Lois, get home now, and he's like, back home, right? And he's like, what's going on? I found your son in bed with his girlfriend, and he's like, what?
So, I mean, that's what teenagers do.
You left them here? And he's like, I had to go save it. Doesn't matter what you had to do. You're a horrible parent. I'm like, guys, really? Oh, this will be so great because it shows Clark's unreliability. He's not reliable, y'all. because he has to go and save people all the time. I can see them in the fucking writing room hashing this out.
He's neglecting his family
while they're scissoring each other, and how good of a writing team they are.
Yeah. And then that new head of the DOD or whatever dresses him down like he's some kind of little schoolboy. If the United States doesn't come first, we don't want you around, I mean, just
bullshit. He's Superman.
Insufferable.
It's bullshit. He is fucking Superman. You don't, no, he's like, we've got our own team now, and they've all got S's on their chests. Aren't we progressive?
Yeah. He said, that is not yours to put on there. And he says, we have our own Superman now.
Yeah. They're finally turning Clark into the atypical white bad father. Yes.
Yep.
Who neglects his family. It's just, and they're doing this they're doing a lot of this shit in the comics too. So I'm not surprised that they're doing this in this show. They're about to kill off the entire Justice League.
Yeah,
how do you know that, Loki? How do you think?
Yep, that's the rumor. They're going to kill off the entire Justice League. Superman, Batman, all of them.
I can't imagine why the CW is up for sale. Well, you're going to say the same thing when DC Comics is getting sold to somebody by AT&T.
Yep.
Oh, Mexican Iron Man. The media says I need to be less alpha. Perhaps Superman can teach me how to be less a heroic man and more sympathetic.
Exactly. He knows what he's talking about.
I don't think you need that at all, Mexican Iron Man. You know what I think you need? I think you need to go out and do some manly things like our Spartan brothers do. This one's just for you. Skull!
Spartans! What is your profession?
That's what we need.
Yeah, that and some diversity among candies.
And yes, Soul Assassin says it. Be a Mexican, not a Mexican. Mexican Iron Man.
Do you see where the M&Ms are now going to become more diverse?
Oh my God, we don't need diverse M&Ms.
Candy.
It's freaking candy. They're M&Ms.
Yeah. They're
Skittles.
cartoons.
Skittles isn't diverse enough. Underneath those candy shells, they're all white. God help us. God help us all. So let's talk something positive. We've gotten some negative shit out of the way. Let's talk about something positive. What do you watch when you need to de-woke your palate? When you want to watch something and you don't want any of this woke current day garbage involved in it. And a lot of people say, oh, well, I hate that word woke. Well, it's the way it is. It's what it is. It's shitty entertainment. This is the new shitty entertainment.
Yeah. Just
what's
watch
the
older
least
stuff.
shitty? The best, least shitty stuff you like to watch, Dave Bob? And I'm asking everyone in the chat the same question.
Honestly, I have to just go back and watch older series. I can't watch a lot of the stuff that goes on now. Cobra Kai, yes, love that. And so far, I've been watching, that new one with John Cena, Patriot or whatever they call it. I can't even remember what the name of it is. I've been watching that. It's funnier than hell. I mean, it's not great. It's just funnier than hell. And Yellowstone. I love that series. Did you ever watch Mayor of Kingstown?
No, I didn't.
You need to watch that. Jeremy Renner in that thing is great. That is a great show. You need to watch that.
Got something here. Hold on a second. There you go. That is from Fat Steven Seagal this morning. Thank you, Fat Steven Seagal.
There you go.
Them and M's. They yell demands in your hands.
Mm-hmm.
I identify as an attack helicopter. So you should, Rabbit Slug Ouchies. So you should.
Yep, Pat. Watching the old stuff is definitely the way to go because it'll cleanse your palate. It will cleanse your palate.
So I've been watching MASH at night. I've been watching episodes of MASH. That is a beautiful anti-woke show. Go back and watch it. Klinger alone give the finger to all this bullshit. All this SJW bullshit. Absolutely awesome show. Love it. Now I want an Eminem blast from Sonic. Hashtag blame Loki. Well, go get an Eminem blast from Sonic. Nothing wrong with that. What a way to start your day.
Get in your car and go to Sonic.
That's right. What a way to start your day with an Eminem blast. I'm going to take that down that way. I don't get blamed for anything else. So now they have emotional meltdowns in your hands. Yes. Yes, they have emotional meltdowns while they're yelling at you, not in your mouth. They don't want to be in your mouth. That's bad. That's not their choice. Thank you, Punk Waddle, for that $2 super chat. DJ Ronnie G with a $5 super chat. I watched Gundam 0079 from the 80s and UC Timeline Gundam Series 90s anime, Macross, Go-Go, and any sci-fi I can get my hands on. Space Above and Beyond, etc., etc., etc. Absolutely. I'm right there with you, DJ Ronnie G. And thank you, Punk Waddle and DJ Ronnie G, for your 2 super chats. You guys keep the fires burning bright here in Valhalla. And speaking of fire, how about we burn down the whole freaking village this morning? Skol! Lee Monger Bear says, I hated MASH as a kid, but I love it as a man. That's right where I'm at. I hated MASH. I was like, what is this stupid doctor show when I was a little kid? And then I hit teenagehood and started watching it when I had insomnia in the middle of the night. I think it was on Fox.
Well, did you see where Daredevil is trending on Netflix now?
Isn't that
almost 7 years old? About 2015 or whatever it came out, something like that. And it just shows you a good show will, demand to be watched. I mean, there's no mystery there. People watch it because it's good.
Good morning, Agent Atwood. He said, I just want to stop by chat. Have an amazing day, everyone. You have an amazing day as well, Agent Atwood. Have a good one, brother.
Good day, sir.
Rock groups can't discriminate against the brown M&Ms anymore.
Did you see that one lady demanded that all the comedians and everything not have any more jokes or anything about people that have weight problems?
Oh my God, yes. Yes. Allison Tolman demands Hollywood writers remove jokes about weight. Hear that, Pat Steven? You got someone on your cause, brother. Someone's got your back. Allison Tolman, you ought to write her a thank you letter. Talk about how mean, bad, evil Loki has hounded you throughout the last year about your weight when you're a skinny little fuck.
Honestly, in this day and age, nobody can take a joke anymore. I mean, everything just seems, like a personal attack to everybody. They're all snowflakes anymore. I mean, good Lord. If comedians can't write their own stuff and go after people about stuff, there's nothing funny out there other than that kind of stuff.
Listen to this. This is what she wrote on Twitter. Writers and showrunners, like, oh my God, take the jokes about weight out of your scripts. I promise they aren't funny. And even if they were, they won't hold up well. And even if they did, they're unkind, either to your characters and actors or someone in your audience. It's not worth it. Like, oh my God, stop. Jokes about weight don't have to be jokes about a character's body. They can also include making mention of the numbers on a scale, what someone eats, what size their clothing is, exercise, and movement. Wow. And when you're ready, begin to wrap your mind around removing body descriptors from your scripts altogether, including character descriptions and the names of minor roles. I'm at a loss.
She's in her safe space. She's in her safe corner. She doesn't want anybody to criticize anything about her. If you criticize me, you don't like me. You're hateful. You're destroying my self-esteem. Well, damn.
I'm not saying you shouldn't use adjectives, but please don't say Linda, the main character's cousin, thin and witty, unless there's an actual reason Linda needs to be thin. And please don't say fat lady in the theater when you mean annoying lady in the theater. Oh, and also, people think it's okay if they're using descriptors for small bodies because they're considered complimentary, like you're auditioning for that skinny intern. Congratulations. But do you see that is the exact point? And surely you understand how weird that is.
It
ain't
over till the fat lady sings.
The audience only knows the value you assign to different body types if you have characters saying lines about them. But the rest of your script, that's your crew, writer's room, everyone in the office, executives, creative partners, all the people you make your show about. This bitch has lost her mind.
She is certifiable. I mean, she honestly cannot operate in the real world if that is her worldview.
I mean,
she just might as well go find a corner and just sit in there for the rest of her life.
Have you ever watched Fluffy? Fluffy.
Oh, yeah.
Fluffy. 6 levels of fatness.
Mm-hmm.
Ending in damn. What's not to love about all of that? Seriously, what's not to love about all of that? What's not to love about all of Fluffy?
I just don't understand people anymore. I mean, I grew up in a different time. I will give you that. Growing up in the 60s,
and there it is.
70s.
And there it is from Soul Assassin. Big, husky, healthy, Fluffy, and damn!
And damn!
Yes. When you're standing on the elevator just by yourself, when someone gets in and the wait alarm goes off, ding, 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 damn! Come on. Yeah. I'm so sick of these thin-skinned pussies that just...
Snowflakes. Pure and
snowflakes.
Snowflakes. They will melt at the least amount of heat. I mean, they just run down the drain.
Project Storytime. Why do we only cast humans? I want to see a goldfish as the next James Bond. Al Bundy is Archie Bunker.
Yeah, Archie Bunker. That was a classic series there. And the spinoff, The Jeffersons. Red Sanford. Man, back in the 70s, we had some good shows.
Heirs of Chaos says, society is messed up when I'm starting to think the Joker's laughing gas needs to start being produced in the real world. Put a smile on that face. I'm not even 50 yet, and I feel like an ancient artifact of an old pre-apocalyptic world that enjoyed a good laugh.
Yeah.
Oh, but you can laugh without offending people. You can laugh without fat jokes. Oh, you can laugh without this. This is all bad. See, this is what I was talking about earlier, guys. This all bad. All the stuff they want you to like, this is what you need to be consuming and loving. Anything they say is bad, you can't enjoy that anymore. Love that Joker.
Well, screw them. Honestly, just screw them. They keep going the way they're going. They're going to go out of business. Go woke. Go broke.
Go broke. We had some great comedy shows. It's not allowed anymore.
You couldn't make any of the stuff from back then. I mean, everybody would be offended. Archie Bunker, he was an equal opportunity offender. He didn't give a shit who you were.
Right there, Ironcaster. I thought fat people were supposed to be jolly. I don't know. Ask Steven. There it is. I can hear him right now. There it is. Only took 40 minutes into the show. Start slinging fat jokes at Steven. Can't laugh at kids falling off bikes? Nope. You're a horrible person. I just, it's amazing to me. This is what is amazing to me. Is that we were further along 20 years ago than we are now. It's like everything's gone backwards.
Yep, and Archer is right. A lot of those shows were British shows that were translated over to the Americans with different, different shows, different actors.
And it's just 20 years and we have gone backwards. We've gone backwards. We don't communicate the way we used to. You can't make a good comedy anymore because it's going to fall flat because nothing can be funny. People are trying to make comedy movies, which you don't see that many of anymore. Nope. Comedies without anything offensive in them. Good luck.
And it's almost impossible. I mean, literally. Any good comedy, just, I don't care what it is, it's going to be offensive to somebody somewhere along the way.
So you can't think about that. You just make it. Same thing with video games. There's too much thought going into, oh, will this offend someone? Will this offend someone? We just want something badass that we absolutely love to play. That's what we want. I've been playing through God of War. I'm absolutely loving it for a third playthrough. All new on my PC. Looks even better than on PlayStation. Looks better than it ever looked on PlayStation. I'm absolutely loving it. No shit's given. No holding back. I'm having a great time playing it. Why not? What do I have to worry about offending a Scandinavian by playing God of War? Oh, but this and this and this. You're talking about a pantheon of gods that existed 500 years ago. So what? I had an argument the other day with someone on a forum about how old Kratos was because I said Kratos is at least 1,300 to 1,500 years old. No, he's not. Yes, he is. Because he lived at the height of the Greek gods. He lived in the height of Greece, which would have been 300 to 500 BC.
Somewhere in that general vicinity, maybe even a little bit older than that.
The Viking pantheon, the Norse pantheon didn't exist till after they were taken over by the Romans. After Germania was conquered.
Yep.
Suck it, bitch. But I'm doing disservice to the Norse pantheon by talking of such things. It's like a fat one.
It is what it is. I mean, you can't. Well, I guess you can try to change history, but it's not good practice.
And yes, we do. Soul Assassin. Yeah, why can't I play Goddess of War? Misogynistic much. Oh, I'm sure that's when the next one will be. The Goddess of War. Ragnarok. Watch. Ragnarok's gonna be a chick. Yes, that's right. Monkey Jeebus, and these morons don't get that. I'm just like, he's half god. He became the god of war in the Greek mythology. He killed Ares and took his power. And he did more than that, but he pretty much wiped out the Greek pantheon and then left Greece.
I'm hearing some Tears for Fears music in the background. Everybody wants to rule the world. But
well,
they don't want to offend anybody doing it.
They actually took the king of Germania, Dean. They took him back to Greece and they executed him. They crucified him. That was OG Caesar, if I remember correctly. The original Caesar. Of course, they'd fight Germania again. Barbarians at the gate. And good morning, Loki Wolf Whisperer. Good morning. Dig Outlaw has a question. If people are going to be offended over M&Ms, then why should we care about their feelings? I will continue to stand, continue to speak, and continue to offend. Let the tears fall, and I will mock it all.
Yes, sir. Salute.
That's right. Skol!
Go!
I completely agree. Anything else we've got? Let's see.
Oh, there's still, I think Purple Valkyrie might be interested in that one little tidbit that's on there about Dr. Doom maybe showing up in Wakanda.
Oh, yes. And really quickly, before we get to that, how are you living in living color? You can do what you want to do in living color. Best comedy show of the damn 90s. Can't not do that now. No, you cannot. Absolutely not. Fire Marshal Bill. No.
Homie don't do that.
Homie don't play that.
Homie don't
No,
play
you couldn't do that show today. You would offend everyone if you did that show today. Absolutely. MB Geek, let's talk. Thank you, brother, for that $5 super chat. You guys keep the fires burning bright here in Valhalla. And how about we throw out some Long Live the Fighters? Skol!
Long live the fighters!
Okay, so Dr. Doom is going to come to Wakanda.
Yep.
How is that going to happen? Well, this is a rumor.
Yeah, it's just a rumor. But it's like Purple Valkyrie says. I can't watch them destroy Dr. Doom.
So this report over at Bleeding Cool claims that Dr. Doom will show up in the upcoming Black Panther Wakanda Forever film. This is coming from Bounding into Comics, Michael Austin. His presence may be very minor, only really there to imply that the war between Wakanda and Atlantis was down to Doom's interference. Whether or not Doom appears, the movie production studios have been working on a costume and they'd hate to waste it. Maybe just a gauntlet. Dr. Doom, the famed arch enemy of the Fantastic Four, has long stood out as one of the Marvel Universe's premier villains. Should he be introduced in the MCU, it is likely Doom would have a similar level of influence to villains such as Tom Hiddleston's Loki and Josh Brolin's Thanos.
Honestly,
so they want him to be the new Loki?
Yeah, honestly, I think they're just trying to do a intro into the Fantastic Four, just kind of get people whispering about it, because they really don't have any plans for the Fantastic Four that I've gathered.
No, and I can... Unfortunately, I can see the writers over at Marvel right now. Hey guys, I know. Let's introduce him in his own television series. every TV series you have done, MCU, has sucked. Every single one.
Big one.
The first like 4 episodes of WandaVision, they were great, but I'm not going to go back and watch them again because that series ended up sucking dick.
Yep. How can you have the material that they have and fail so miserably at it? I mean, miserably. The writers' rooms on those shows are absolutely horrid.
I don't know. I anytime I see Marvel talking about bringing a new character to the MCU, I'm just like, what horrible fate is in store for this character?
Ree Williams.
What horrible fate is in store for this character? You just had to do a slew of huge rewrites, character changing rewrites for Captain Marvel, the Captain Marvel series. That's Captain Marvel.
Did you? I tried my best to watch the Eternals. I started watching that thing, and after about, I think it was about 6 hours, I kept, just stopping and leaving and coming back and watching a few minutes and then leaving. I finally gave up on it. I don't even know how it ended.
Yeah, I gave up on it. I can tell you exactly how far I got into it. Give me just 1 second because I got it up here on pause. Give me 1 second. Let's see.
I think I got about 45 minutes into it, maybe 50.
31 minutes and 45 seconds. And I just said, fuck it. I can't. It's boring. It's pointless. But they've got a great character reveal at the end, Loki. I can't get that far. I'm sorry. I just can't.
Yeah,
they did this awesome thing.
If you can't make it through 30 minutes of it, I mean, how you gonna have people hang out to even watch the damn end credits, and Marvel's known for end credits.
That's right. There's not one person I know that didn't at least like the MCU up until Infinity War.
Yep.
A lot of people don't like Endgame. A lot of people do like Endgame. Rabbit's like Ouchie said, I like the MCU up to Endgame. Some people didn't like Endgame, so they give it an Infinity War. But everybody was talking about it. Everybody was going nuts about it. Everybody wanted to see what happened. Is Loki still alive? Is Loki in Banner? Is Loki preventing him from turning into the Hulk? Is that why Hulk's like, no Banner? And then we find out that he was just being a little bitch. And you're like, yeah, that's not cool at all.
Well, I can believe it with the guy that plays Ruffalo. He is a little bitch.
Dean Grant, I let Loki and Dave Bob suffer through movies like the Eternals for me.
Thanks, Dean.
I even lost interest in Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness now. Why has Marvel lost its way when Spider-Man did so good? Spider-Man did so good.
Because it's now the MCU, and that's all they're pushing.
Well, that's all they're doing. They're passing the torch in Star Wars too. Bubba's going to be passing the torch on to Fennec and giving everything to Fennec because Fennec deserves it because she's a woman. Edward Norton Hulk was the best one, and all Thor movies fumbled the bag. There was some fumbling in Ragnarok. I'll agree with you on all the other ones. There was some fumbling in Ragnarok, but I actually liked Ragnarok. Edward Norton's Hulk was the best one. I think Loki saved Thor, the original Thor. I think Loki was great in Dark World. I think Loki was absolutely fucking excellent in Ragnarok. But that's not the Loki we have anymore. So
no,
that Loki's gone.
No, that was the Loki that we all knew and loved. The Loki that they left us with after the TV series is
No, I agree. I absolutely agree. That Loki we got was horrible. The Loki show was horrible. DC killed original members of the Justice League of America in the comics. That's because they don't care about the original Justice League members in the comics. They don't care.
They don't care
DC
about
doesn't care.
superheroes anymore,
No.
unless they're some kind of diversity or something thrown in there. All they really care about now is just writing theirself into the comics. They want to self-project theirself into the comics.
And yes, Daryl the Derelict, I absolutely agree. Justice for Alligator Loki.
Best Loki ever.
That's right. Doctor Strange is dead too in the comics. That's right. So, guys, we're out of here. That's it for me and Dave Bob this morning. We're getting out of here while we still can before the rioting and pillaging starts, because entertainment just sucks. And they've got to see that. It's got to hit their pocketbook. Before anything changes, it absolutely has to hit their pocketbook. And the government can't keep bailing out Hollywood.
Well, it's already hit them. They just haven't got the message yet. But over at Disney, at least, some of the heads of the company are at least trying to make head them in a different direction.
Dean Krantz says, Loki, I must disagree with you on Ragnarok. Karl Urban's execution character was based on one of my favorite Thor villains that had an epic death. What a waste of Karl Urban. Absolutely. I completely agree. It was a complete waste of Karl Urban. Loki Whoop Whisperer says, Ragnarok absolutely sucked in my opinion. It should have been the Conan the Barbarian on steroids in tone. A Ragnarok isn't a happy-go-lucky time. And we're out, guys. Take it easy. Be excellent to each other. Always speak friend to enter. And come and hang out with me and Mexican Iron Man tonight at 10 p.m. as we do The Late Show with Loki and Mexican Iron Man. Later, everybody.
These videos are tremendous. Like, comment, and subscribe, and hammer that notification bell.